call the meeting to order for Monday, December 3rd, 2018. Please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Morgan will lead us in prayer.
Let's pray. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you, Father, for your love and for your blessings. Lord, we just thank you for life itself. Lord, we ask, Father, that you be with each person and each family represented here today. Lord, lead us and guide us in everything we do. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Please show all present here tonight, with the exception of Alderman Kevin Cheney, so we do have a quorum and can conduct business.
Yes, he had a new kidney stone today. He's been in the hospital all day. So.
Okay. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, approval of minutes. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes from November 5th, 2018.
So moved.
A motion from Dennis Moody. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Terry Glover. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Unfinished business. Is there any unfinished business? New business, under new business, attorney invoice. Attorney invoice is attached in your packet. The amount of the attorney invoice, $2,750. I entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Motion from Bill Eskew. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bob Kirk. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. I noticed some issues in there concerning our lawsuit over at the courthouse. Do you have the latest status on? It was put off, delayed about that lawsuit that's going on in Judge Moore's court.
With the pension plan?
Yeah.
We had a hearing this morning.
Oh, did?
Yes, sir. And then, gosh, I can't. The motion to strike and a motion for summary judgment. One was granted, one was denied. So it looks like we're going to go to trial sometime this year.
Okay.
Or next year, I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? I have a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, there's 3 resolutions. We'll do those one at a time. Resolution 1203-2018, a resolution authorizing the City of Dyersburg to select engineering services to provide for the city's CDBG National Disaster Resilience Wetland Grant Project. I think that resolution was in your packet.
Mayor, I have a question.
Okay.
Please. The compliance, the city has solicited and evaluated statements of qualifications of interested professional relocation firms. Were there a number of those that were pursued, and it was determined by someone here, I assume, that HDR has the most appropriate experience, background, and qualifications. Is that correct?
That's correct. We did solicit qualifications from firms that would be interested in this project. If you remember, this project is a grant we received, the National Disaster Resilience Program, at no cost to us, no match or anything like that. We did discuss that at a meeting last year, and we're going through that process to make those recommendations. We solicited qualifications of engineers, and these are the people that scored the highest based on their submittals to us.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Motion from Bob Kirk. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Scott Staggs. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda, resolution 1203-2018A, a resolution authorizing the submittal of an application for the Tennessee Department of Transportation for the Community Transportation Planning Request, CTPR. That was also included in your packet of information. I'd entertain a motion to approve this. So moved. Motion from Robert Taylor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Dennis Moody. Discussion?
I got a question, Mayor.
Okay.
I know this is really in its infancy, but what does something like this take in time to see all the way through, do you think?
Bill, I think it will be a number of years, honestly. You know, this was presented to the, Finance Committee, and they made a recommendation to pursue it. Department of Transportation asked us to pass a resolution requesting that, and that's what this is for, but,
I know it'll be really good for Dyersburg, so.
yes, sir.
It'll certainly open up a lot more territory north of town for development, and I think that was the intent as we pursued it through the state. And it's going to take a while, but it's certainly needed, and hope it comes about pretty soon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Have a motion, a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is resolution 1203-208B, resolution authorizing and providing for the financing of the construction of a wastewater facilities project, including authorizing the execution of applications, contractual agreements, and other necessary documents, and making certain representations, certifications, and pledges of certain revenue in connection with such financing. That also was included in your packet. Entertain a motion to approve this.
I so moved, but I'll have a question after we get a
Okay,
second.
have a motion from Bob Kirk. Is there a second?
Second.
A second from Dennis Moody. Questions?
Mayor, this is the very extensive renovation of the sewer system. Isn't that correct? That we've talked about for a long time. We got to put up $2,500,000, and it's approximately a $10.5 million project. Is that correct? As you understand it, I was hoping Scott or Steve or somebody to be here, but it's through the revolving loan program through the state. Isn't that correct?
That's correct. It first came to the Finance Public Safety Street Sanitation Committee on December the 15th, 2017. And that committee was discussed about consent agreement. This falls on a consent agreement. Scott Ball presented for approval of the consent agreement with HDR Engineering Incorporated, work with the city to provide a corrective action plan engineering report for the sewer response overflow as required by TDEC for 59.4 miles and 1,093 manholes. The cost of the CAP ER is $140,000. A motion by Cheney and a second by Mayor Holden. The committee voted to approve the consent agreement with HDR to be presented to the full board for approval. Then the Gas, Water, Sewer Committee met on May the 9th, 2018. The subject of that meeting was new business items to be discussed was a TDEC consent agreement pending SSES work and CAP ER update. Scott Ball gave an update on the status of 2017 TDEC consent agreement, which includes the sanitary sewer evaluation study, fatty oils and grease, and sewer overflow and CAP ER update. He noted the fog and sewer overflow had been completed and the CAP ER was 95% complete. It goes on to discuss the cost of those and moving forward. Gresham Smith and Partners, $789,000, HDR $862,000 for a total cost of $1.6 million. And at that committee meeting, Alderman Kevin Cheney motioned to accept the two proposals as presented. Alderman Robert Taylor seconded the motion that passed by the full committee approval and presented before the board, Mayor and Alderman. And then before the board, it came to us, and the question was asked how we're going to pay for it. The project is a 2-year project. We'll have to put money in our budget this year to get it started, which we did. We have started the process to apply for SRF loans. Right now, that interest rate is less than 1%. There are about 4 phases that you have to go through to apply. You can do that over 20 years, and they like for you to complete your work in the 3 to 5 year range. And again, we went on and approved that here at this meeting with the understanding we would borrow that money from the state revolving fund loan. That was a motion made by Alderman Cheney, seconded by Robert Taylor, passed by all. So we have discussed borrowing that money.
So we have to make the commitment then to be prepared to spend $2,500,000 on a $10 million project, and that's how we propose to pay for it. I'm assuming is borrowing that, and is that on the front end, or we have to do that as we go through the project? Do you know?
Borrowing the money on the front end?
Yeah.
We're going to borrow it on the front end, yes, sir.
For the $2 million.
Yes, sir. 2.5.
And it's over a period, a pretty good length of time. The whole project
Yes, sir.
evolves. Is that correct?
3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
To have it complete.
And, okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
That's quick.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Greg Williams.
is for the wastewater plant. The doors on the flooring building have deteriorated and need replacing. So I put this out for bid. These will be funded by the excess funds we had left over from the roof projects. Notification was given through the State Gazette and direct to 4 contractors. I had 1 no response, 1 no bid, a bid of $13,998, and a bid of $10,400. And I recommend awarding the bid to Steele Evans Contractors of Dyersburg for $10,400.
You've heard the recommendation, entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Motion from Bill Eskew, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Terry Glover, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Next item is for the Industrial Park Railroad. I sent out an email shortly after we got our visit from the CN Railroad Inspector. He had several items on there that needed to be repaired immediately, and so we sought out from 3 contractors quotes. One could start work immediately and included a little more work than the other. 2 bids for $17,112 and $16,720. Of that amount, I'm going to request that $4,100 be reimbursed by CN as one of the rails was damaged by an engine spinning the wheels. So I feel like that's their fault, not ours. I recommend approving payment to Shelby Railroad of Memphis for $17,112.
Further recommendation, entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Motion from Dennis Moody, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill Eskew, any discussion?
Greg, have you heard anything from CNN on this?
I'll let them know that the repair complete, and they acknowledged that we had let them know that, but I have not heard from him since he's been back out there.
Okay.
We inspect.
Any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Next item is for the police department is an SUV that will be used by administration that will replace a vehicle that was transferred to the fleet, that was transferred to replace a vehicle that was taken out of service. This is an item that will be funded by the drug fund. Notification was given through the State Gazette and direct to 4 vendors. We had a single response. That was from Tim Castlaw Automotive, Dyersburg, for $29,849. That's my recommendation.
So moved.
Motion from Bob Kirk, is there a second? Second. Second from Robert Taylor Jr. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Next item is for the airport, to replace the security cameras and security system that are older and outdated. We applied for a grant with T-Dot Aeronautics and received that grant, and this will cover 95% of the price. Our local share, which was funded out of this previous budget, was $1,241, I believe, or well, $1,500. We'll get part of that back. Notification was given through the State Gazette and direct to 4 vendors. I had 3 responses. I recommend awarding the bid to West Tennessee Communications of Dyersburg for $24,831.92.
You've heard the recommendation, entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Motion from Dennis, second.
Second.
Second from Bob Kirk. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
And the last item is for our street sweeping contract. The contract is expiring end of this month, and so I put it out for bid. Notification was given through the State Gazette. I had 1 response, which is the current contractor. His bid was $92,367.38, which is slightly less than we're paying this year. I recommend awarding the bid to Sweeping Corporation of America for $92,367.38.
You've heard the recommendation, entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Motion from Bob Kirk, is there a second?
Second.
Second from Scott. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, report from Alderman Bob Kirk.
Yes, Mayor, I think this board is aware that, some time ago, this board approved, changing auditors this year. And I think our discussion was that we would certainly want the audit done by December the 1st. Of course, it's December the 1st, and I checked today with Joe Enoch's group over there. They indicated that they had sent you a letter, I think, some kind of notice just recently, an update on the audit. And the reason that it was not, they indicated to me, was the contracted auditor that we used to audit the pension plan has now completed his work, and we should be able to move forward. I was also in contact with ATA last week. She is currently wrapping up the city schools audit, which had to have. We're working together and hopefully ensure that the schools numbers align with the city's related to transfers and notes payable so that the reporting process can be as seamless as possible for Steve. Our plan at this point is to provide Steve with entries, adjusted financials for each fund, and then he will be able to perform his internal service fund calculations and provide us with those numbers. There will be a lot of back and forth, but I think we're all in a really good position at this point. I think the board just ought to be aware of it. The reason it hasn't been completed is the audits have to come in from the school system, electric system, and the pension fund. So, and as soon as that gets in, I'm understanding we'll get the audit. Is that the way you understand me?
I've not had any discussion with Mr. Kirk, but if that's what they said, I certainly am understanding of that. Yes, sir.
Well, he sent me an email here that, okay, all right, okay, it's true. I just thought the board ought to be aware that we were pretty insistent that it be done by December the 1st, and it's December the 1st and it isn't done, and what the reasoning is that the others who are participants in compiling the audit for the city don't have their numbers in yet.
Okay.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you. Bill?
I don't have anything, Mayor.
Mr. Glover?
I don't have anything.
Mike?
Earlier this year, I guess we voted to give Ford okay to proceed with the pipe on Woodside. I just want to make sure that they got the information to go ahead when they could. Yeah.
Yes, they have. They're aware that they received they were awarded that bid.
Okay, that's all I got.
Thank you. Dennis?
I don't have anything.
Scott?
Nothing to report, sir.
Robert?
Don't have anything.
Thank you. With that, we're adjourned.